we got a long week ahead, so we might as well just go ahead and start it off with some positivity and move it in that direction. First of all, hats off to the Vikings red zone defense. Now, I know they gave up a ton of rushing yards. I do know that that is inexcusable. Bijan Robinson, he is a monster, one of the better running backs in the NFL. But once the Atlanta Falcons got into the Vikings red zone, that offense did stall. And credit to Brian Flores and the defense for being able to really just prevent any touchdowns, because that game really could have just blew open. And it didn't really until the fourth quarter when they eventually did get that touchdown. And when they went up 15-6, it was pretty much over. But through the first three quarters, I mean, it was close. It was still a winnable game, and the Vikings red zone defense did perform well. I thought Jalen Redmond, Jonathan Grenard had some fantastic games. And yeah, it was a game where, it looked uncomfortable for both quarterbacks, and both quarterbacks are really in their first full years of starting in the NFL. This is Michael Penix Jr.'s fifth career start, and it was J.J. McCarthy's second. But on Penix's side, on top of having a monster running back, I do love me some Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones, but they are not Bijan Robinson. I mean, he was getting the ball out quick, and for the Vikings, and this is going to lead to a point with me for the Vikings, his offensive line was relatively healthy. And for J.J. McCarthy, he struggled. He did not have a good day. Missed a wide open touchdown to Jalen Naylor. I mean, there were some ball placement issues, 2 interceptions. The first one to Naylor, I don't know if that was really his fault or more Naylor's fault as well. Don't quite know there. Of course, you had the handling, the snap issues, the one with Ryan Kelly that prevented a fourth down conversion, and again, gave the defense a short field. They only got a field goal out of it. And then you had their down within the inside the 5-yard line where he just lost the ball. That led to a delay game. The next play, I don't know what the referee was doing there. Then it eventually ends in a sack. So not a good day for McCarthy overall. And also you combine that with the left side of the offensive line. I mean, Justin School and Walter Rouse did not play good at left tackle. I know School left with a concussion, but you just cannot wait until Christian Darrisaw, one of the better tackles in the NFL, gets back for this team. You just can't wait. And then you had Ryan Kelly go down with a concussion. You had Michael Juergens coming in. And you combine that with the Atlanta Falcons blitzing the most that they have since 2009. I believe that was the halftime stat. You combine that with injuries on the offensive line, bringing a lot of pressure at an historic rate on a young quarterback. It just isn't going to work, and it's frustrating, and it screws up the whole operation. And hats off to the Atlanta defense for being able to do that. That was a great defensive game plan there. So, in all, I am not terribly mad at this performance. This team is down, 6 starters. Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, Harrison Smith, Christian Darrisaw, Jordan Addison, Ryan Kelly went out, and, Jeff Okudah, not that I really think it makes much of a difference. He was out as well. And so you have a lot of injuries. You have a young quarterback trying to all overcome that. I mean, it's just not going to be that successful. It's not going to be the fourth quarter of Chicago every game. It's just a roller coaster ride of having injuries and having a young quarterback, the youngest starter in the NFL. I mean, they were mentioned on the broadcast. I don't know if it was Collinsworth or Tirico mentioning this. I mean, John Elway, I don't know. We don't know if McCarthy's going to be these guys, but Elway and Aikman struggled early in their careers. Josh Allen didn't get it for a few years. Jordan Love didn't get it until last year, and he was drafted in 2020. So it's just going to take time with J.J. McCarthy. That's just the reality of it. He's not going to be great every game. For this Vikings team, this was one that I just kind of had in my thoughts all throughout the summer and heading into the season. It's probably going to be a season where they start slow, and you're not going to see the peak of this team until probably November and December, and that's okay. I mean, there's so much overreaction, I believe, going on right now, and this is just what you sign up for. And so you have Cincinnati next week. Joe Burrow, he's going to be out for a few months, which is unfortunate. Of course, you want to play a team at their full strength, and Joe Burrow's a really good quarterback, but you have Jake Browning and company coming in next week. Now, the Vikings, interestingly enough, have played Jake Browning before and have lost to Jake Browning. So it's going to be an interesting one. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trey Hendricks on the other side. It's going to be tougher than people think, especially at home. So it's a performance where I am not too terribly mad at. I'm frustrated that they lost because that was a winnable football game, but it's not the end of the world. I think the Vikings are still going to be all right. That defense is still legit. The offense will figure it out, and hopefully they will get healthy. And I think it's going to be straight from there. But hey, it happens. You win some, you lose some. Skol Vikes.